You got jokes.
I do. And they're all funny.
Oh, pew, 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 by the way.
So... I gotta sit like that one light likes to like wipe me out. See, look.
Yeah.
Atomic.
You know we're live, right?
No red in my face. Red in my face. Yes, I do know we're live. Yeah. Hello, I should be out exercising, but no. We'll watch on your phone and go walk. Let the peacocks free range today for the first time. They're trying to decide where to sleep. See, I'm worried about that with the guineas. Here pretty soon we have to start taking them outside, and I'm not sure that I'm going to be happy with where they decide to roost. I'm not letting you build their coop up there. It's not happening.
Up there?
Uh-huh. I know.
That way they can help take care of the fruit trees.
What's up, D? Don't watch us eating potato chips.
Okay.
We're both trying to retain a little bit of water today.
What a nasty week it has been. I'm sorry we didn't come on live last night.
I literally just had to take some more medicine because I can feel it. It's right here.
Yeah, 'cause
I was a little sissy girl last night.
You've been the sickest all week.
You were going to go on until I was like, oh my God, my head hurts so bad.
I was only going on last night because I thought you wanted to.
Two families said, I love the playpen you built. My turkeys love it too. Jason's upset with me.
Let me know when we're going to stop talking about stupid birds.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's talk about Jason. Let's talk about Jason right now. What are you doing? You gotta go to the bathroom? Uh-oh. He's not feeling well. He had to go to the bathroom. So Jason's been not feeling well all week. It started like Sunday evening. And all day Monday, Jason was feeling kind of, lethargic and sick. And he would spike a fever. And then it would come back down. And then he'd spike a fever. And then go back down. And he's been on and off all week, hovering around, the bed in the bathroom. So yesterday we actually both were like Friday, we were both starting to feel pretty good. I was just kind of lethargic and stressed out from having to keep up with him all week. And when Friday evening came around, we were both feeling pretty good. So we worked on some stuff inside the house, and we were all pumped up, ready to do something on Saturday. So we got up, got moving, knocked out quite a few things. We're out in the sun, and we were still making sure that we were doing water. Everything was good. We had to run into town we have 2 tires on the truck that need to be replaced, and so we went to Anderson to try and take care of that. They have to order them. So on our way back, my head was starting to pound, and I don't know if it was from dehydration, I don't know if it was from something else, but whatever the case, we got back to the house, and Jason looked at me, I looked at Jason, and he's like, do you want to cancel tonight? And I'm like, I'm going to bed, so yes. So that's basically where we're at with that. Yeah, that's what it is, Sherry. We're just missing you being there. But yeah, so all in all, it's been a really, really rough week, because one thing that we've noticed is now that Blaze is gone, once Jason is out as well, it makes for a rough week. Because, I mean, we can get through day-to-day kind of stuff, kind of limping. We can still get it done. Not as efficiently as if when we have Jason. But if he's out, there are other things that fall to the wayside, like the yard. He usually will mow the yard, weed whack, do stuff like that, clean up around, the gardening boxes and things like that. And he couldn't do that because he was down and out. I mean, literally all week he's been in the bed. Friday was the first day that he was actually kind of sitting up and kind of, being interactive with everybody and trying to get some stuff done. So that was rough for him. But what we've noticed is that if he's not, helping us maintain everything daily, that things start to pile up. So that's one thing that with this sickness that we've noticed is that he can't be out for too long because it definitely affects everything that we're trying to get done. You okay?
Fine.
Fever back up? Okay. Let me feel you.
Fine.
Okay. So, anyway. So you want to tell everybody about how you're feeling?
I'm fine. Pretty sure you told everybody what was going on while I was gone.
Bedroom, bathroom, bedroom, bathroom, bedroom, bathroom. Pretty much?
Yeah.
Is that the long and short of it?
Yeah. I bet I got Brett beat on steps.
Going back and forth. That's pretty funny.
I bet if you added up the distance from bedroom to the commode.
Mm-hmm. And back around.
No, just no. Listen to me now.
Oh, okay.
Over the week, I bet I've run a 3-minute mile.
A 3-minute mile?
Yeah.
That's funny. You need to go to bed. Nah, I think...
I cannot lay in bed too long because then it starts aggravating my back.
Yeah. And the other thing that he noticed is your reflux became an issue too. If he laid flat for too long, that was just as bad as, So, but we did learn a few things.
Actually, NC has been my on-call nurse. And I love her to death because I had one solid poo
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
You're all excited.
And I was able to share that with her, and it was funny how excited she got with me. Mm-hmm. But I haven't been able to break it to her yet that was the only one. It was like it was a mistake. And
is getting the flu cheating in a weight loss challenge?
See, I knew my wife was not lying to me when she said
I was not saying
when
that.
she said
I didn't
Brett
say that.
Broussard started a rumor that
he said totally.
I totally started to ingest things just so I would lose weight faster than him. But believe it or not, I mean,
oh, bless your heart.
Brett is keeping up with me. I'm losing a lot of weight, and the bad thing is that whatever is in my system is gone. That moment, once it leaves, I'm probably going to put some of this weight back on. And no matter what I do. So, I think I'm only ahead of Brett right now by a couple of pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Because my week 2 weigh-in is this. That's what I weighed in this morning.
249.
It's about 249 pounds.
He said, I didn't start the rumor, but I can run with it.
And I just got done watching Brett's video a little while ago, and he is down to 253. So he's not that far from me, and the difference, in reality, the difference is going to get made up as soon as this virus gets out of my system.
Yeah. Now, I think some of it will be water weight, though. And it's just... Robin's laugh just scared my peas. No, I think when you get back to having your appetite completely back, that's too fitty.
You really want to talk about being real?
What does that mean?
I got some pictures on my refrigerator about folks being real.
My goal is to be able to use that scale. Or at least the scale at the grocery store. Only 50 pounds to go for the stores. So yeah, so it's been rough.
Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't have said how much Brett lost without people. Y'all go watch this video anyway. I'm sick. That's my excuse. I'm not thinking. Sorry, Brett.
Well, it did come out like an hour ago. I would think.
Yeah. That was really wrong with me, and I'm sorry, dude. I wasn't even thinking. I just thought everybody watched you like I do. That's all.
I mean, as soon as your notification came up, we watched it. So.
Watched it on the phone.
Just saying.
I'm sorry, dude.
I was given a tip yesterday. Freeze some grapes when you feel like you want to eat something. Have a frozen grape.
My big thing right now is it's cramping right in here. And I can't get rid of them. And I'm thinking it's because I'm hungry or my body wants something in there. But then my brain goes, as soon as you put something in there in 15 minutes, it's going to be coming out here.
But it's not. That's not how it works. But
Okay, it's not how it works.
It's not.
And just like after this sickness, yep, I'll never touch lime Gatorade again or lime Jello, anything lime. No lime milkshakes.
Do you know how loud I laughed in Walmart when I asked Jason what flavor, because he loves, not Gatorade, Powerade. So one thing, we've said this before, but whenever our kids get sick or Jason gets sick, whenever we're having a problem with him keeping anything in him, whether it's upstairs or downstairs, we try to do Powerade and Pringles. And that's just to make sure that he stays hydrated. The salt from the Pringles will help him retain the liquid from the Powerade. Powerade's better than Gatorade because it actually has some vitamins in it that Gatorade does not. So you're getting electrolytes and vitamins and some other stuff. And so by the recommendation of doctors, we've been told that that's the best thing to try and do to maintain some hydration while you're under the weather. So we've done that, and that's been working really well last couple of days.
I started the brat this morning.
Well, you started it yesterday because I gave you the yogurt. You had some toast. Yeah. But the problem, or actually it was the day before, but the problem is that when you're sick, you have to remember that your digestive system is like a day and a half behind. So a day and a half before that, he still hadn't eaten anything. So anything he was doing, there was nothing coming out. So yesterday, when he, was finally seemed like he was approaching back to normal, that was because the morning before he had had toast and some yogurt.
The Greek
yogurt. Now, that's one thing that, you always talk about the brat diet. Bananas, rice, applesauce, toast. I would like to add in there the Y.
Bratty.
So we call it the bratty diet, which is all those 4 plus yogurt. And the reason for that is because the yogurt has good bacteria that you can add back into your gut to help try and fight off some of the yucky stuff that's in there. So that's what we did, is he tried a little bit of Greek yogurt.
And that is some of the nastiest stuff on it.
Well, that's because it was plain. See, when you were trying to do the counting your calories, there's less calories in it than like some other stuff like sour cream and things like that. So we were trying to use it instead, and it was the only thing I had. I didn't have any,
look who it is.
Vanilla or anything like that. Hey, Carol, what's up?
Carol Young, how are you doing?
I really need to proofread what I put out there. Sorry for the misspelled words. I read it as are you on. Make some bone broth for the minerals. Let them both simmer down. Yeah, so we have a bad story about bone broth. When you're processing like 15 chickens, don't try to make all of your bone broth at one time with all of the bones that you have from your chickens.
That was a stupid thing to do.
Doesn't work.
That was very stupid of us.
Mm-hmm. We weren't thinking. So, I think we were just so overwhelmed with having that many. Well, it wasn't that we were overwhelmed with having that many. The problem is that normally we process the birds and put them straight into bags. And these birds didn't fit in the bags because they were mini turkeys.
You could use a leg like a Captain Caveman club.
The legs, if I handed you one of the legs, you would think it was a turkey leg. Right? I mean, they were huge.
I should have smoked them.
So that was the problem, is that the birds were too big. So normally the bones and stuff that we would have gotten for bone broth, it wouldn't have been that much.
We need to, because we got some more of them, right? Them big legs.
Yeah, we can thaw them out and smoke them if you want.
Thaw them and let's get them in a good
brine.
Good medieval times brine. And then just smoke them with some pecan wood. Just hang them out there and just smoke them all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should also have live Greek yogurt anytime you have antibiotics too. Yes, I agree with that. Whenever you have like an antibiotic that you're taking, you should definitely be using Greek yogurt as well, because that helps to level out the flora that's in your gut. So
I don't think my gut has a flora right now. I think it's just a one-way highway, like a slip and slide with a fat kid on it.
That was nasty.
What?
Just thinking about that was just gross.
It was like a fat kid covered in coconut oil, and it's that slip and slide.
So, now we can kind of catch up with everybody. What's everybody been doing this past week?
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we haven't really done much. I'm very proud of my girls. They saw that the chickens needed to be moved, and they put the chickens in the coop, collapsed the fence all by themselves, and moved the chicken tractor. And
it's not like they moved it like 5 feet.
No, they moved it they moved the egg mobile. They hooked it up to the tractor and moved it
all the way to the front of the property.
Yeah. And put it out, put the birds out.
Everybody's good to go.
Everybody's good to go. We probably got to move the cows over tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Definitely got to move them, and then we'll move the birds
over a little bit more. And it was just really cool that they pulled together, and they that we've been doing this pattern for so many years that they knew exactly when it was time.
Well, and not just that, but it's something like I posted on Instagram is that, about a year or so ago, you and I started, everybody started talking about aging in place and starting to put things together so that as we get older, that we can do them with minimal exertion. And so what I really liked about that whole situation was that it was easy enough for two young women, 12 and 14, to be able to hook it up and set it up with minimal effort, no help from adults, no adult supervision, nothing. So I thought that was a testament to what we're setting up now, that it was nothing. We lost no animals to anything during the week that Jason's been out. Meaning that everybody got fed, everybody got watered, everybody was tended to, this whole week without, any kind of major supervision.
I'm just thankful we haven't been able to start milking yet, because that would have been...
Yeah, that would have been rough.
Awful.
Yeah. Well, I would have just had to do it before I went to work. So, I just had to figure it out. So, but yeah. So now we really got to get that going.
We got to get the milking machine working.
We were talking about, so that was the thing, is we were getting ready to start setting up everything and get the steers separated, and we went to pull in the milking machine and get it all hooked up, and we can't get the pulsator to pulsate. So
there's that.
Yeah, so there's that. And I don't know about you, but it's been a while since Daisy has milked, and I'm not sure I want to just put my hands in there right away.
Well, I mean, it's one of those, I want to get over this sickness before I go anywhere near it.
Yeah.
And, but I think Daisy's an old pro. I mean, she really is.
Yeah, but it's been a few years.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
She's such a laid back cow. Now if maybe she was a little bit more uptight, I would be like, you're probably on to something. Mm-hmm. Now she may kick them off the first couple of times.
Right.
Just to be aggravating, and then when she realizes we're not going to stop, and we may have to put that kicker on her once.
Yeah.
But once that happens, I don't think we're going to have any issues out of her. She's going to fall right back into that routine, especially if we get some sweet feed and then the regular feed and mix it all together. Mm-hmm. And give them because that was one of the things, that was her crack cocaine. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh yeah, she loves sweet feed. Mm-hmm. And we haven't been getting sweet feed in years.
Right.
So we opted to go for the 12% feed. Now it has a little bit of molasses in it, but it's not like sweet feed. So it's been too hot in the days to do anything here. It's starting to get warm. We finally broke down and turned on the air conditioning.
Yeah.
And
you know what? That's about the time I got sick.
What I go back to is that it's something that has to do with just you. Because all three of us have been fine. I mean, my headache, I know what my headache's from.
Yeah.
Something totally different.
Yeah.
So, I think this is something, like, I keep trying to go back to everything that we've done with you recently.
Well, here's my question. Miss, I'm going to take a life insurance policy out on you.
I haven't taken an insurance policy out on you.
Not like that piece of mail that came in the other day.
No, okay. Anyway, no, I think and you can shake your head or whatever, But I really feel like when you started the intermittent fasting, that you were supposed to do it every other day, and instead you started doing it every day. And I think your body kind of got shocked a little bit. Now, I don't think that is the... I
would have been over that by now.
Hold on. I don't think that is what is making you sick. What I think it is that maybe Jason's pregnant. I think that lowered your immune system. And something that maybe even the rest of us might have started to feel just a little ugh and kicked it off and got over it.
So something that you brought from out in town.
No. And then where
have gotten it from?
We have been out in public. Mm-hmm. Don't try to bring it just on me. We've been out interacting with more people than what I do with my job. So, nice try.
You made me go out in public.
Okay.
You wanted me sick.
But I really think all it did was it knocked down your... I think that whatever you had, you probably normally would have knocked it out overnight. But I think because of your system being shocked the way that it was, and then you got sick, and then what happened is it's become this snowball and this cycle because you're not eating well, and so now your body is still kind of perpetually...
I'm not eating at all.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Your body is just like freaking out because it's still not getting food.
It's not getting popcorn.
So, yeah, it's your body retaliating.
Well, let me ask you this. Could this be because I openly admitted that I feel like I'm addicted to food.
Because you be going through DTs?
Yeah.
I have to go with something that is strictly just you. Because we know what it's like in our house. When one of us gets sick, everybody else gets it. It's just the way it is.
No, and that is so true because when
it was the bees you captured doing the evil man dance in their hives, it's finally kicked in. It's a voodoo.
When I get sick around here, you three act like I am dying. Especially Ladessa.
It's Ladessa. It's not me. Because you fuss at me because you're like, I'm sick. You're supposed to take care of me.
I don't even have the luxury of saying that because both of those girls... No, I don't.
Okay. I've got text messages to prove it. Okay, go to work. That's more important than me.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. I said you're a bad person for going to work because
you're a bad person.
You're a bad person because you can infect everybody else. Because at that particular point in time, we still don't know what it is. But at that point in time, I was running a fever, so you could have
but your
infected,
fever, to be fair, never hit 102. You were at 101 something every time.
Mm-hmm.
101
Matter of fact, I hit 103.
Change. When?
The other day.
You didn't tell me about that, and you were quick to tell me every single time you had your temperature taken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
No, this was when you went to the store.
Maybe it's his age. Well, she was telling me all of your temperatures, too.
Mm.
So, anyway, you sound like my husband. But, yeah, so, I don't know.
I'm just saying, I don't have the luxury of saying that to you because
Ladessa is crazy. She is. She is... Yeah.
No, you have no idea her level of crazy. Because this is how Ladessa takes your temperature. Come here. Whack! And so she smacks the tar fire out of you and then backhands you in the forehead. And I'm like, baby, it's going to feel warm now. And she's like, well, why you say that? I said, well, you just slapped the crap out of me. All the blood's rushing there.
No.
Dad, you're a Marine. Tough up.
Mm-hmm. So... But yeah, so the thing, and
then now that you got this ear thermometer, I'm surprised I'm not deaf.
Why?
Because she'll jam that thing in there. When she pushes the button, if it don't come up with a temperature right away, you start trying to push it in my ear further. And you hear it hit the button, and my head is going like this. And my head starts going away because she's pushing so hard, she'll grab the other side. And I'm like, it's not going to go in any further, baby. I'm gonna get this temperature.
That's funny. But the upside of the week, we binge watched Grey's Anatomy. We're caught up. Caught up on Grey's Anatomy.
I got to finally watch The Rise of Skywalker.
Yes, you got to watch Skywalker.
I give that one 2 thumbs up.
Yeah? I still haven't seen it.
We started binge watching Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really liking that one.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I watch?
Pirates of the Caribbean last night.
Yeah.
It was really loud.
I was kind of disappointed in that one.
Uh-huh. Just be happy Dessa won't take your temperature the way that a vet would take an animal's temp.
I know, right? Let's see. I wish we could watch
Alright, Mama.
Game of Thrones, but we don't have
HBO or whatever it is.
I don't have that one streaming yet. I've been
I had to show that.
with on YouTube. On YouTube, I watched everybody's video. Caught up on.
Yeah, we caught up on everybody's videos. Their recent videos. Mm-hmm.
And for some of the smaller channels, the ones that have asked me to, I've sent them polos and stuff and critiqued their stuff, and I hope it helps them. And then.
And yesterday evening we were very productive. We got all of the seeds back and organized.
Yesterday I had
energy,
a crap ton of energy, and
yesterday, Friday. I'm sorry. Friday evening started. We got all of the seeds done.
Yeah.
And you were starting to feel better, and you got to sleep. Mm-hmm. You know, we went to bed because we had pulled our mattress out into the living room to kind of just camp out so that everybody could kind of be together.
Yeah.
And so Friday was the first day we'd had the bed back where it was supposed to be.
Also watched on Netflix that series Waco.
Yeah,
Copper
we
Creek
did.
Mm-hmm.
Copper Kettle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, we watched Waco. Got to see that.
Yeah.
And that was interesting because the girls watched that with us and they had a lot of questions.
Yeah, we spun that into a homeschool history lesson.
Mm-hmm. A lot of questions. Which then turned into talking about Ruby Ridge and and then all of a sudden this stuff came up with what's going on right now, and so it's still turned into this big lesson about everything. So there's definitely...
I haven't gotten a polo from you.
Definitely an opportunity
I'll show you.
Catch up on some stuff. But Friday evening, we had pulled all of our seeds out to organize, and we got everything back to where it needs to be. So then Saturday morning, we woke up and we were jazzed because we got to bed early Friday, had enough energy to get the day going.
So, Carol was 14.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing her like I did with Blaze.
Mm.
And she'll be pretty much driving the truck.
This time next year.
The truck that my parents got Blaze because Blaze doesn't want it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't blame him.
It's a little spiky thing.
We're going to have to probably put $300, $400, $500 in it.
Yeah.
To get it to where it's looking a little bit better. Blaze did do some damage to the truck. We need a new bumper, a new grill. We need a new gas tank with a working gas gauge.
Yeah.
So
there's a couple of things that need to
all
be
that
fixed.
Being said, the driver's side rear tire went flat while I was laid up. Well, Carol got her first lessons on changing out a tire. She's already had some. We were already baby stepping and stuff. She already knew how to do the jack because we changed the oil in the truck like the week before. And so that's when we learned about where to place the jack stands. Well, safety stuff.
One, she's also had a little bit with the tractor. You know, just a little bit of how to fill a tire up with air and how to patch the tire and things like that. So she had a little bit already, but this was the first big part.
Yeah. And
all right, good night, Melissa.
And so it was one of those situations where I sat back and talked to her about busting the lug nuts loose before she put the truck in the air.
Mm-hmm.
She did that, got the truck up in the air, and she was back there just jacking with my big old floor jack.
Yeah.
And the truck kept going up, kept going up, kept going up, kept going up. And I'm like, baby, how high are you going to put this truck in the air? I thought you was going to typical woman. I thought you was going to tell me when to stop. No. Remember I told you, pretend I'm not here. If I see you doing something not safe, I'm going to stop you.
Right. Yeah, so the truck's like...
It was like this.
Pretty funny.
So, got the jack stands in there and got them situated, and I was like, okay. Another teenage girl.
Mm-hmm.
Right, now you gotta let it down slowly. Boom! That truck comes down on those jack stands. Bow! And it even probably sunk those jack stands in the ground a little bit. And
That's crazy.
Like, slowly. That was not slow.
That was not slow.
She was like, well, they should make it easier to spin the handle then. Just, okay. So she walked around. She took the lug nuts the rest of the way off and pulled the tire off, wheeled it over there to the car, and we boogie-woogie to Sam's. We get all the way to Sam's. Now, I have never, in all of my times being a Sam's member, Costco member, any of that, even when my parents were members, I've never walked in there and then not have the tire.
Yeah, that was a little strange. And I mean, I'm sure with the times, things are a little different, but it's still...
And Walmart does not consider
tires
essential.
Sorry. I'm a little uncomfortable there.
So, the only places to be able to get tires now are tires places. You know, and so, alright. And so we told him to go ahead and order it. And he said, and the guy at Sam's is like, look, he said, because we told him, he said, we kind of needed these tires yesterday.
I didn't put myself in check. I should have. Because he was trying. I mean, as much as I could tell he was trying. But I was like, I don't think... Because I'm like, look, you can make an appointment for me for Tuesday. Like, why can't you make an appointment already now? And then when they come in, then we can do it. And he was like, well... And so he goes in and look, he's like, well, I don't even have any appointments for Tuesday, so it'll be Wednesday. I'm like, I don't think you understand. And I'm like, I've had enough. My patience is worn. Because the part you didn't tell is we had to renew our membership. Okay? So first we had to stand in line to get our membership renewed before we could, because he couldn't look anything up until our membership was active. So we go wait in line. We get that done. Then we got to have him look. Then he's like, they're not there. Da, 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 back and forth. And I'd had enough. I was like, look, I don't think you understand. We needed these tires yesterday. Monday was pushing it. Tuesday, starting to wear my patience out. Wednesday's not going to work for me. So if we got to look somewhere else, that's fine. But Wednesday ain't going to work. Especially when you're telling me the tires will be here Tuesday morning. Not going to work for me. And this one, because usually he's the one that's like that, and I'm the one that's like, honey, it's okay, it's okay. And instead, you were like...
Why are you talking that poop?
You were like, honey, it's okay. don't think you understand. I need to go get, because we had put off going to get feed on Saturday, and now we have to figure out what the heck we're going to do about getting feed. So it's like, that's my thing. It's like, there was a line of events here, and all of a sudden, you're messing with my routine. So, I don't know. It is what it is.
Is what it is.
So, Karen said they're finally letting us get ours done at the store. Yeah, they had all the automotive lube and tire people here at Wally World working out in the store while the automotive part was closed. And that might be that's what they're doing to kind of, make sure everybody gets to work. I don't know. But
but I mean, and here's another thing. I'm really missing quarantine already. 'Cause let me tell you something. The essential folks,
they know how to drive.
We know how to drive.
Mm-hmm.
And non-essential folks, boy, y'all will cause a traffic tie
ain't got a lick of sense.
In a New York minute, boy.
Nope. Dragon's Talon said, but Daddy, it was slower than the Big Bang happened. Yeah, I told Jason, I said, I didn't realize just how antisocial of a person I was until we had the quarantine for a while and everything was smooth and running great. And then we went back to this craziness, and I keep waiting for it to normalize a little bit. And I don't mean like life going back to normal. What I mean is like the amount of traffic go back to being normal amount of traffic. Because I was expecting people to start rushing out and going to the grocery store and doing all this other stuff and everything. But we've been back full gear for at least a week, if not 2 now. And it seems like it's still crazy. So, I don't know.
I want to see if I can start a rush on cheese balls again.
Just remember that the Walmart workers are only allowed to do what the policy is right now. Yeah, I know that. I mean, like at our Walmart, they all have to wear masks. They're having to count people at the door.
Look, yes, I get that they can only do what the policy says. I get that. I understand that. Not fussing about it. But I am thankful right now that Walmart does not require us to wear masks inside there, because the people, at least around here, the people around here don't have the first daggum clue on how to wear a mask.
They got them here.
I've seen them all the way down here.
And they're down around their
like
chin.
They breathe through their neck or something. I don't like they got gills. I don't know. The preventative measures that your local governments and federal governments and stuff are trying to take is only as good and will only work as well as the people who work them. If you're not going to if it's mandatory in your area because you have a huge spike in the virus and it's mandatory for you to wear a mask in and out, just putting a bandana across your face is not doing anything. They should be handing out the N95 masks.
And they're not. It's not even N95. It's, the little cloth masks. And, now Walmart's got, the little, because we had to go over onto the pharmacy side to go get razor blades. And sure enough, middle kiosk is all the little paper masks. And, and people grabbing them,
It's
What's up with yeast? Speaking of Russians, these people around here don't know how to bake bread. They're learning. Can't find a vacuum seal bag around here or a freezer. Well, and I was making a joke to one of my friends the other day, and Dee and I were talking about this because, it's now starting to become chicken processing season. And meat birds are going fast. Try to get meat birds right now. You have to kind of, make a little noise and get in touch with somebody to say, hey, I need some meat birds in order to get you meat birds right now. And processing equipment is becoming, a little bit more difficult to get your hands on. And I was telling Lauren from Cattywampus, I said, chicken processing equipment is the toilet paper of the homesteading community. Because everybody is like just starting to grab all that stuff up and store it. So, so if you're planning on doing any chicken processing, make sure that you got your stuff all squared away, because that's another thing that's becoming an issue between having now, one thing I have noticed that has not been an issue so far is canning stuff. I've not seen any issues with mason jars, rings.
Now there will be, because you said something.
So that's basically, try to find a chicken plugger. Part of that is because of where it's coming from. A lot of the bigger equipment, and even some of the smaller stuff, is being shipped from China.
Oh, is that where ours was coming from? Mm-hmm. And what, we got a big time delay on it or something?
Well, it'll be here in July, but we won't need it before then. Yeah, those guys, we'll get those done. We'll do those again. We'll work on those. But there's not 15 like the last ones.
No, there's like 30.
No, there's not that many in there.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, it's going to be July before we can, do anything. I got a Yardbird chicken plucker with my stimulus check. Yeah, there's some people that they went right out to Tractor Supply and went and got a Yardbird. So, and that would be great, for a smaller magnitude, I guess. But we're looking for something that's going to, because the one that we've had for years.
Already started.
What? There's hardly any canning jars up here. See, we haven't had any problems with canning stuff here.
Oh, now everybody's going to come to Northeast Georgia looking for canning supplies.
So,
great. Good job, Robin.
Whatever. The thing I think is still interesting is Lysol is still hard to find. Toilet paper is still non-existent around here. And maybe,
which is very
Karen,
scary.
Maybe you can answer me on this one.
Very scary for me.
Well, and that's become an issue recently because we went through quite a bit of toilet paper this week, and just invite Sydney, and who is that?
I can't read it.
Oh, and his wife for a plucking party. Yeah, I think I'm going to next weekend. Like, hey, come on down again. Come do some more plugging. But the thing that I'm curious about is it because people are still buying toilet paper like crazy, or is there a supply issue at this point? Because I can't imagine that people are buying out the store every day. Because every time I go to the store, I look just to be curious. And Jesus, $6 a gallon for Clorox. Holy crap. Yeah, that price hasn't gone up. Now, I have noticed our pork prices and beef prices have definitely gone up. 80-20 ground chuck is like $3.50 a pound. It was like $2.90 something. And pork has almost doubled. And we all know why that is. We've seen that on Facebook.
Why?
But remember when they had to put down all of those pigs because there was nobody to process them or do anything with them?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if you'd say it.
So, I looked at pork loin that normally I would have paid $1.98 a pound for is now like $3.50 a pound. So it's like, okay.
You just got to, look, folks, you just got to adjust your eating habits. Eat what's in season. Pork and beef are more for wintertime and stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Fish and chicken, that's the stuff that you guys should be eating right now. Everybody has a fishing pole that can go fishing. go fishing, get you some fish. That's what we're going to start to do. We had the big mistake. We processed all those pigs, but a lot of that meat went to feeding the dogs. That
Hello, Tim. You all right?
Yeah, just go ahead. That's all.
He said.
What did he say?
He said, Robin, you mean you're not fluent in the language typo? No, I think what it was is I was expecting it to say like Jay's wife. So I was trying to figure out who Jay was, and then I was like, oh wait, his.
Thank you, Dragon. And it's just you have to adjust.
Yeah.
You got.
Well, and to be fair, right now chicken is not high. Chicken has not changed in price for us around here yet. It's still right around the same before, pre, everything. And of course it would be that way because I don't need to buy it.
Shouldn't be buying anything anyway.
But Hood Container is turning out bundles of paper for making cardboard boxes for Amazon. Wow. Huh.
It's the spring and summertime. Spring and summertime, your diet should be more light. Because of how hot it's going to be. Mm-hmm. So you're going to want to be eating more poultry, more fish, more just
salads, vegetables.
More just having more of just a meatless meal. More vegetables and fruits, fresh fruits and stuff while it's here in season.
Uh-huh.
And this whole plague thing could be a wake-up call from God that's telling you we need to kind of get back to doing the way that we kind of had it set out for you, where we were supposed to be eating in season.
Yep.
And there's no reason why you should be eating a watermelon in December.
Mm-mm. Well, and I'll tell you, like ever since we started, trying to regulate back our diet for this weight loss challenge, we have been eating lighter, and one thing I'm noticing is as long as we keep fruit in the house, so we have fruit available, it's been very easy because your body almost craves that light, hydrating kind of stuff rather than the heavy, like I haven't wanted to eat pasta. I haven't wanted to eat potatoes. Like we haven't really touched potatoes in a while. Even though we got a crap ton of them growing out there. But, we have been eating, we had an awesome salad. When was that? Yesterday?
Yeah, that salad was awesome. It had
chicken.
All of our greens.
It had all the greens that we've grown. We had some spinach and some funky lettuce, and it's really good, like bright red lettuce, which I was really excited, or dark red lettuce, which I was really excited about because the antioxidants in that salad probably helped you a little bit, and that might be what's starting to flush out all the rest of the nasty. But it also had like almonds.
What?
Wait, what? No way.
Good for him.
I need to see a picture, Tim. I don't believe you.
See, I wouldn't even want to be that way.
No, I'm excited to see him. We haven't seen him since last October.
Yeah.
So Karen said a friend of ours works at a toilet paper factory. It told us there's plenty of toilet paper. I'm not sure why there's a shortage. So is that what it is? Like, is Walmart not getting toilet paper every day or every other day?
Look, here's the thing. You got... Just because the factories are making it, doesn't mean it's being transported and distributed correctly. That takes manpower. That takes people. And, I mean, we tipped a loss of 100,000 people in this country.
Yeah.
There's
some of them might be truck drivers.
There's some of them that's probably truck drivers. And there's some places that are just still locked down. They're just not letting their people come to work. Mm-hmm. And so you got no places for this toilet paper and other stuff to be able to be distributed throughout this nation. And this is a solid wake-up call for how we do things.
I scratch my head because we have a channel that we're friends with that are truck drivers, And you would think that essential stuff would be being shipped over the country right now. And if I remember correctly, at one point in time, they were shipping a bunch of prophylactics. I mean, I guess that's essential.
Yeah, because the people that are staying at home, I really don't want breeding anyway.
That's a good point. But, like, a truckload of them? Like, really?
There's a lot of those millennials out there.
I've been told that there are warehouses that are still closed. Yeah.
See, and
that's
the problem. I mean, we are a large nation.
We are.
And with the way modern technology is and modern travel, we don't think about how large we are because we can just hop on a plane and be from New York to California in a couple hours. But the toilet paper doesn't have that luxury. You know, it takes hours upon hours to get the supplies moved from point A to point B because it has to be done by train or it has to be done by truck. And with the regulations that have coming down on truck drivers, they can only drive X amount of hours in a day and they have to stop for another X amount of hours. Or they could lose everything that they have. So we just have to be patient, I guess is my lack of my better. But you also have to learn from this. This is the most important thing. Because eventually we will pull out of this. It may be a year from now. It may be 2 years from now. But eventually we will pull out of this. The moment that we pull out of this and things are starting to smooth back out and all the shelves are full again. Listen to what I'm getting ready to say. That is your time to make sure that you and your family never get caught in a situation like this again. That's when instead of, okay, you only need one package of toilet paper for that week. Well, why don't you just go ahead and buy 2? And you take one and you put it in a box somewhere. When that box gets full, you get a bigger box. You know, you start putting, attics. Attics are a huge waste of space in a house. You can take pallet wood. Now, here is my thing. I think everybody on the planet should take the time and foam their house. The reasons for that is the foaming is a better insulator. It prevents mold, mildew, pests, termites, because it literally will cover the wood. Foam your attic. Foam underneath your house. It also is a great help in control that temperature, the insulator. You can then turn your attic into a good storage area for you. All it takes is some pallets. Take the time, take them apart, take that pallet wood and run it across your joists up there in your attic, or shoot, even splurge and once in a while buy that $32 floorboard
piece of plywood,
that's made for flooring to go put in your attic. And then you can start having sections in your attic. Christmas lights go over here. Old clothes and baby toys for the grandkids go here. Toilet paper goes here. Dry foods can go here. Because when you have the house foamed, you don't have to worry about bugs. And so then you can start to store more of your dry goods and stuff like that up in the attic. Now, definitely wouldn't do any sugar or flour up there, especially if you live in the South because of humidity. Definitely get those in more vacuum seal bags or jars. But that's your opportunity then to take this time now when you or when we're going through this, learn where your weaknesses are. We've noted where we were weak. and weaker. And we are doing things now, taking things and putting steps in place. We're setting new SOPs in this house, standard operating procedures for things that will make it to where if this thing kicks up again in the winter, it's not going to have the same shock and awe value on us, or it's not going to have the same effect on us, because we took a step back and said, okay, let me see where we're missing here, and we have adjusted. And we took that stimulus check, we threw it right back into the economy, and we purchased some things to help with some infrastructure and to build some things that,
well, like we were talking about, to be able to facilitate what we're trying to do and make it make the infrastructure last longer and be more reliable and long term. And so then that way, like for instance, you know, maybe in the past to do milking, we might have just bought the gate and tried to, you know, rig up something real quick, real easy, where with this we, you know, went and got and instead of, you know, doing it out of crap lumber that we're trying to recycle, we said, okay, you got a 1,200 pound animal that's going to be kicking around on this thing. We need to invest in actual 2x6s, you know, sturdy wood to be able to do this. Same thing with the chicken tractors. We've got all the stuff to build a couple of the Siskovich chicken tractors to get those, and I was going to try and get those done today, but with the way that I felt yesterday evening, today was not going to be the day for it.
It's going to happen today.
So, but we've got to get on those. We still have a few weeks because those birds got at least 3 weeks inside before we go outside with them. So that was another thing that was fun this week. So Friday morning, and this was probably the earliest we have gotten a phone call from the post office, and I found out why, because when I got there it was so loud and it was like bouncing. They actually had the doors open to the outside because it was so loud. It was bouncing around on the walls in there that it was, when I pulled up I could hear them, and I was like, oh my gosh, these birds are so loud. And we weren't the only ones that ordered some, because there were more birds in there. That lady was trying to give me every box that they had. I was like, only these 2 boxes are mine. She's like, get them out of here, they're so loud. So you have plans for chicken tractors, huh? We do.
Yep.
They're not ours. We purchased them. And if you pay attention to the homesteading community, you'll see that...
I told him like a couple weeks ago that I would scan.
Sorry. Well, if I had known that, I would have taken care of that for you.
Okay, you're full of crap.
But really,
I did tell you, because you were sitting right beside me when him and I were talking.
I don't listen to what you guys say back and forth anymore. I used to, but I can't keep up with it anymore. Broussard, we'll figure something out.
Have you gone to your P.O. box lately?
Yeah, that's a good question, homie.
Talking shit.
But... But so if you pay attention in the homesteading community, there's quite a few people who have been building those and adopting that as part of their meat. And that's really like, this is the mentality. See, you know, in the past it was make something just to get by. Now people are like, okay, poop or get off the pot. And this is it's time to go ahead and poop, because...
Can we pick something other than poop?
Because the tractors that we have right now, they do work, and they do, you know, we can get them, you know, moved around and everything. But we talked about, like with the girls, with this new tractor that we're going to build, they'll be able to move them with absolutely no problem whatsoever.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
And no issues of running over bird. Because the way that the one is that we used was more of a Salatin style. You always have the... possibility of...
In fairness now, I mean, yeah, it was a Salatin style, but we did not have the dolly. We didn't
No. Yeah, no. If we'd have done it exactly the way Salatin did it, we probably wouldn't have a problem with running over birds. But the way that ours was built, we didn't have any way to kind of lift it up.
If I'd have a welder...
Whatever.
I could have built the dolly because I got the wheels out there. I got all the stuff I need except for the welder.
So anyway, these new Siskovich style tractors will definitely work much better. What?
I forgot to tell you, when we were cutting your conduit for your raised beds, this was like, you need to put your face shield on.
Oh, she told me all about this. Go ahead.
I had the face shield on, and I leaned it up, and I just went like that, and it came down. She was like, trying to be all fancy now, huh?
Yeah. So speaking of conduit, are we going to do a video on that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm not going to talk about it.
Now that we got Premiere squared away.
Yeah, that was fun. So I'm driving to the post office. So we've got a few things that we've put in place that we're more looking at. Okay, it's time to stop playing homesteading and start really doing homesteading. What?
You're gonna kick that fire up again.
So
I went over there, Big Bear Homestead said people are playing homesteading
because of back issues. The cart ones aren't back friendly. Yeah, exactly. So we'll definitely be building some of those. The other thing I really like about the Siskovich tractor is you can actually walk inside it. It's tall enough. The way that it's built, you can actually get inside it, where the other one you really can't do that. So it'll make even at the time when it's time to harvest them, catching one and getting it and bringing it in is going to be a little bit easier. So, wow, 2 friends incubated some of our chicken eggs, and now we have 55 new baby chicks. Awesome. So, yeah, that's the other thing is, so all of my spoiled chickens, they're out on grass now and getting acclimated, and then once they start laying, we'll put them into a eggmobile as well, get them set up. So that's another almost 40 birds to add to the flock. I think these ones that we've had are getting ready to start molting. They've started to slow down a little bit on their laying.
As soon as all of this shipping stuff, because this is not just affecting Walmart, it's affecting Gallagher, it's affecting Murray McMurray, it's affecting everybody. And so there's going to be longer ship times and stuff like that. And so, and it's going to be harder to get some things because some things are made overseas. And, I mean, that's the whole reason why we haven't told you much about the new poultry netting system that we got from Gallagher and the smart fence that we got from Gallagher is because I don't want you guys to get excited.
Go to order it.
And can't order it.
Can't order it yet.
And let me tell you, the folks at Gallagher are breaking their backs trying to get it all squared away. So the folks that you guys are trying to order stuff from are working overtime trying to get everything squared away. So that way they can meet your needs.
Just gotta be patient.
We just gotta, this is new to everybody. And so, as soon as I am feeling better, there is going to be a truckload of videos coming out. We are going to try to set up a schedule, and a schedule that we can keep to. Now, we may only put out 1 or 2 videos a week. But remember, this not, and I need you, I'm not making excuses here, but I need everybody to understand a lot of things happened this year to everybody, but then we also had a couple extra things happen here with us. You figure Blaze was not supposed to leave for boot camp until next month sometime.
The end of this month, June.
End of June. Okay. So he left early. He left in,
February.
He's not only done with boot camp, but he's moving into the second week of another 5-week school he has to take.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time he was supposed to leave, not only will he be done with boot camp, but he will be on his way to his MOS school. We were not prepared for him to leave that early. So that put us a man down.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the virus situation happen, and everything went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of took our focus off of the big plans for 2020 for a little bit and put it right to, okay, do we have everything we need to make it long term if we have to lock that gate and not, because we're in the boonies.
Right.
You know, they're not going to be coming down my street throwing MREs.
No, and on top of that, because we're smaller areas, our distribution of stuff is not going to be as important as bigger cities. So we, in order to be able to go get anything, would have to go further. And that, you know, you never know if that's going to be an option.
And so you take all of that into effect, and I don't mean this in any type of disrespectful way, but making a video, taking the 3 or 4 hours out of the day to make a video kind of went to the back burner.
Yeah.
Especially with me still in school. Well, tomorrow's my last day.
Yep.
And so I have that time now that I was normally being in school to be able to devote to doing the YouTube, updating our website, and the other things that we have planned.
Right. And the other thing that's nice is with it being the summertime, yes, there's a lot of stuff we're going to be doing, but there are going to be some crucial hours during the day, especially with it being Georgia, where it's going to be really hot. And so those will be the hours that you can be in here working on that stuff when you can't be outside, you know, watering stuff, because it's not the time to do that. You don't want to try and harvest anything in the middle of the day, so that'll be the perfect time to be able to work on that kind of stuff. So, all right, well, I think we're going to go ahead and call it an evening. Jason's starting to kind of slow down a little bit. He's sweating, so need to go get you back in the house and let you kind of relax a little bit. Get your strength back up for this week coming, because I have a feeling this is going to be a good week of stuff to get things done. So, okay.
I'm praying you are correct.
Why?
Praying. Because this week has killed me. I hated sitting, going outside this building or sitting on my back porch trying to get some fresh air and some sunshine. Absolutely hate it. I had this backyard looking.
It looked
awesome.
really nice last week.
And we, you know.
And then we had all the rain.
Because we've been busting our butt thinking about, before Blaze was talking about joining the Marine Corps, this year's Big Bear Powwow. And so we've been designing a nice fire pit and getting all that stuff laid in order for us to be able to do. And I look at it now and the grass is...
It's not that bad, but yeah. And it's like I was telling a couple of the people that were checking in on you that, you know, there were a couple of things that kind of fell to the wayside that are really just, in my opinion, they're really just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for?
If you say cosmetic, it's going to hurt my feelings.
Some of them are.
Now, see, cutting that grass out there is not just cosmetic.
Why?
Because I take that grass and I use it for permaculture in that.
With the turkeys.
With the turkeys.
I get that. And yes, that did fall to the wayside this week. Is nasty this week because of the rain.
That's
true.
And it's got flies in there and stuff now.
That's true.
And
that's true.
So I'm going to have to spend my first 3 or 4 days back just trying to get
as much grass as you can to
be able to pour back in there. And that's, I mean, that's something that's extremely important for us in the long run when it comes to making compost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that definitely has been one thing, but on my end of it, I was thinking more of like the weed whacking and things like that around the beds and stuff. I wasn't even thinking about because some of that grass just sits on, it doesn't get collected. So anyway, you guys, I hope everybody has a great week coming up. We're We're now full swing into getting ready to be into the summer here.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that your next homestead acquisition is some lawnmower sheep. No. Lawnmower goats.
We,
Bless you.
No. I forget what I was going to say.
Lawnmower sheep. I said
No,
lawnmower
our next thing is we're kind of changing up how we're gardening in the big garden. We're gonna follow VW Family Farms lead.
Well, and a couple other people, but yeah.
Well, they're the ones mostly that I've seen them doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just gonna follow their lead on how they do it with their rows and their weed covers and stuff like that. We've never used them.
We've never used weed covers before.
And so
we're waiting on a part for our tiller to get here. And then once that's here, then we're just going to cover some rows with the weed fabric and plant our stuff. I'm going to start probably tomorrow. I'm going to start a few seeds, because the problem with us starting seeds right now in that room is that it only takes like a day or two for stuff to germinate now. So I can't start anything too early, otherwise it gets leggy and then dies. So once we get that going, then we'll put everything out there and we'll be hitting the ground running. So,
and then our deal with Cattywampus is coming to fruition. It's almost time for the little baby goats to get here.
Yep.
And then we'll be in the market looking for a boy goat.
A boar. Boar goat.
And once we have him, then...
Or a buck. I'm sorry, a buck.
Yeah.
Hello, Nunda.
Hey, Nunda.
So yeah, we'll get a buck. I keep forgetting that a boar is a type of goat. So I gotta Marco you and Robin and show you how amazing the weed barrier is.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Let us know. That's one thing that we have always struggled with weeds. And I've seen enough of y'all's videos of seeing everybody, like Heirloom Permaculture uses it, VW Family uses it. Like, I've seen a bunch of people lately using it. And so I asked Jason, I said, have you ever thought about us trying to use some weed barrier? And we always thought it was super uber expensive. And so I started doing some research on it, and it's not nearly as expensive as we thought it was. So I think we're going to try that and see if we can get that going. So...
That's the next thing. I still got to get this stupid virus. I still got to get bees out of the trees, which I was talking with Ben on that one. He gave me a little trick that if I do get behind and it gets too hot here too fast like it did last year, a little trick to be able to make them go in the hive and be able to bring them down. So that's one of the things that I'm going to try and do, and I'm going to bring them down at night and then try to switch them over in the long run. I've been talking with Tommy Alderman and watching Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, watching the bee guy that is with I can't remember the guy's name. He's Russian.
I don't know.
Anyway, but he does...
Doug has done some videos lately with him that does some horizontal hives.
Yeah. And I'm going to end up downloading those plants and building a couple of those because I just really like those. And I really like how Doug was able to catch a swarm and they were able to split that puppy 3 ways this year.
Yeah.
And so that's really good.
Yeah.
Y'all, we've got to cut this short. I'm
starting to feel bad.
I'm starting to feel bad. And so I would love to stay and keep talking with y'all because we missed y'all last night, but...
Time to take a break.
I gotta go take a break.
Dr. Leo, that's it. Yeah.
Dr. Leo, that's it. So.
All right. Well, you guys.
This thing is kicking my tail, and so I just need to go and take a little bit of a rest. So thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Thanks for all the encouragement and well wishes and everything that we've been getting from y'all. And I should come out on the other side of this thing with smelling like roses.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but it definitely has ruined Lime anything for me. So, there's that. Y'all have a great night. Have a safe rest of the week. And we will see you guys back here on Saturday.
Good night, y'all.